Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? My name is Rob Carmona, and welcome back to another episode of Rob the Mic. So, last weekend, I had a very rare occurrence. I didn't have anything booked on my Saturday, Sunday. I had a completely clean and free weekend, and it was the fucking best thing ever. It was super unexpected. On Friday, I pull up my calendar, and I was like, okay, what do I have tomorrow? What do I have on Sunday? And I didn't have anything. And so I was like, oh shit, what do I want to do? Nothing. Like, I didn't want to go anywhere. I was like, I'm just going to chill out. I've been wanting to work on my garage, organize and clean things up a little bit. So I said, I'm going to do that. And that's all I had. I said, I'm going to start with that. So come Saturday, chilling out, I'm doing my thing, cleaning, organizing. I made a drink, playing some music, and I was enjoying myself, like my company, everything. I said, cool, we are solid right now. Stoked on that. And then as the night went on, a friend of mine, Danny, reached out to me, and she's like, hey dude, what are you doing? Let's catch up, let's grab some drinks. And I was like, dog, what are the fucking odds? The one time that you hit me up to kick it, I have nothing going on, like zero, and it's a weekend. And she's like, it's fate, let's make it happen. So we link up, we get some drinks, we're kicking back, catching up on everything, right? On life, work, love, all the things. And it's a good vibe all around. And later on, Sebastian ended up joining us, which was even better. So that was cool. So the three of us were kicking it, catching up there. And then we ended up not wanting to go home when we closed out the first place. So we're like, fuck it, let's keep it going. So it kept the night moving. We're laughing, talking, dancing, just kind of enjoying the night. And I feel like that's something really rare for me because for the most part, I'm really bad at that. And we've been talking about that a lot recently, and I'm trying to get better. But Saturday, like I had a moment that I caught myself and I'm like, I need to work tomorrow, or I need to do something tomorrow, or you know what I mean? And I was like, no, fuck all that. Just enjoy tonight. Enjoy this, because you're over here trying to think about work and what you're going to do and how you're going to fill your time. And you're losing all these memories with these people. Like you could be talking, you could be thinking about whatever, and you're over here wandering off on some bullshit. So I was able to catch myself and just have a good time. So the only hard part about the night, and then what kind of leaked into Sunday, was when we got home, it was after 2. So because of the time change, it's like 2 becomes 3, right? So I was like, damn, dude, I'm going to get home. I'm going to shower, probably going to make a sandwich, wind down a little bit. I was like, dude, I'm going to be going to sleep around like 4, some shit like that. And sure enough, I ended up going to sleep probably around like 4:30. So Sunday was a little rough, but it's cool. No regrets. And I just chilled out. Told myself, I was like, I'm not fucking editing today. I'm not doing shit. I'm not even going to try to get up on the week. I was like, fuck this. I'm taking this weekend and relaxing. So I did. Chilled out, watched some movies. I got to finish out the Senna series on Netflix, which was fucking incredible. Even if you're not an F1 fan, if you don't know who Senna is and you want to know or you're curious, go fucking watch it. That series is probably by far one of the best ones that I've seen in a very, very long time. I think just the entire crew, the cast, everybody really cared about the story, and you can tell. You can fucking tell throughout the entire series. Like if you know anything about his life, and honestly, even if you don't, you feel it. You're like, oh damn, dude, this is different. Like this isn't just some like random show about something or some sort of like biopic about somebody that's done in like some sort of half-ass way. Because I feel like sometimes when they make these things, they try to hit the mark and they're almost trying too hard and they miss. And for this one, they tried so hard and there was so much intention in everything that it was like, just you couldn't miss. It was perfect. It was fucking perfect. I really, really enjoyed it. So I'd go recommend you sitting down, checking it out. It's a short series, so I think it's 6 episodes or 7 episodes, 6 episodes, I think. But absolutely amazing. They did a phenomenal job. So I got to chill out, watch that, and it was tight. And I was like, you know what? This is what happens when you just kind of let yourself relax, when you let yourself enjoy what's going on and what's in front of you and things that come at you, and just kind of living in that yes moment. Because I always tell homies around me, like, dude, just say yes to shit. Say yes. Like, if an opportunity comes up or something happens, or hey, someone wants to go here, you want to go do something, just say yes. Just go do it. Because, like, what would you rather do? Would you rather spend your life sitting there being like, oh man, I should have done this, should have done that? And I saw a clip about that, which was funny. This lady was interviewing like this older woman. They were like somewhere in France or something, and they're sitting there on a bench. And the woman's telling the person who's interviewing her, like she's telling the camera, go out, stay out late, laugh, make memories, travel, eat whatever you want, do whatever you want. Because you're going to reach a certain point in your life that you're going to sit there and would you rather think about all the times that you didn't do things, or would you rather think about the times that you did? And not that I've never heard things like that, or that I, like we know shit like that, right? Like, try to live your best without having any sort of regrets. And as we've talked about on this show, regrets are just a massive waste of time. But hearing it in this way at this time, it just hit a little bit different. So I said, okay, I'll take it. And I also love hearing things from an older generation, from an older perspective, because not that when I see young people on Instagram or TikTok or whatever kind of sharing their knowledge, like I get that, but I don't really want to hear shit like that from them. If someone's telling me to live my life, if it's like an older person, someone who has the life experience, who understands shit, I'm most likely going to listen to them because they've lived. They've done certain things. They have all these stories and all these memories. And I'm like, you know what? The more that I do this type of shit and I let myself do this, I will have more of that. Because I feel like I have that now. Like I'll have people tell me, dude, I feel like you have stories for everything. You have all kinds of shit about like going out. You have stuff about like doing this and doing that and going here and going there. And I said, I do. And I can't stop that. And for a while I was like really gung-ho on that. So I used to live my life that way. And then I stopped. And now I'm almost trying to like readopt that mentality where it's like, okay, cool. Just say yes. Go do shit. Go explore. Go here. Go there. And just live it up. Live it up as much as you can. And at the same time, I also came across something and I said, you know what? Not that it's going to be the basis of today's episode, but it's something I did want to talk to you guys about because it has to do with everything that I've been kind of talking about right now, like letting myself enjoy things and not trying to fill my time, right? Like at least with work and stuff. So this is what I read. You don't need to burn yourself out to prove you deserving of good things. So once again, you don't need to burn yourself out to prove you're deserving of good things. I feel like whenever I have downtime, I need to fill it with work. And it's almost like I feel useless if I'm not working. I feel like I'm wasting my time. And, I always used to watch my Uncle Alfredo do that because I feel like he didn't really have downtime. He was always working. He was always making money. He was always grinding. And I know that's a big part, right? And we've mentioned grind culture here before too, where it's just like, grind, 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 don't sleep. You sleep when you're dead type shit. But you can't always like, put yourself in that position. Because then you're constantly working. You're constantly burning yourself out. And then you wonder why you feel irritated. You wonder why you feel just kind of, you don't even know what to do with yourself, right? And you can't sit there. You can't even watch TV, that you need to be on your phone because your attention needs to shift. You feel like you need to do something or whatever. And it's like, nah, like you have to be able to sit down and relax. And that it's okay to sit there and have your days that you just want to veg out and do nothing. I want to watch a Netflix series. I want to watch a couple movies that I've been wanting to see. Like it's not a crime. And we almost feel like, I know for myself, like I said, I feel guilty when I do that. So usually if I do stuff like that, it's like late at night. But then at the same time, I leave myself, I don't know, like a half an hour to do that. And I'm like, I want to leave myself more time. Like my days don't have to be maxed out with work 24/7. I don't need to be clicking away to feel like I earned time to watch this show. I worked for fucking 10, 12 hours, so I get to watch a half hour of TV. Like that's a fucked up way of living life. And I've almost created this like reward system in my head where I'm like, okay, well, let's say, if I want like a sweet treat, I'm in the middle of work, I'll be like, nah, you know what? I'm going to save the sweet treat till the end. Like, finish out your work and then you can have the sweet treat. But I'm like, why the fuck do I do that? Why can't I have my sweet treat and have my cookies and whatever else the fuck I want while I'm working? Like, why do I do that to myself? And it's really fucked up. It's almost like toxic in a way, like what I've done to myself and what I make myself kind of live through. And again, I understand working and wanting to make money and doing your thing, and you don't stop that, right? Like, you will always try to better yourself, better your career, better something in your life with working, but it doesn't have to be your entire life. And that's where I struggle. It's just that kind of, how would you say, that work-life balance? Like, I'm really, really bad at that, where again, if I'm not working, if I'm not clicking away, if I'm not looking at something or trying to develop some sort of plan, it's like I'm fucking up. It's like, do something. Like, hold on. You don't have to do something 24/7. You can chill the fuck out sometimes, and it's all right. It's not a crime. But I'm working on that. It's a part of the process. And I was even talking about it in therapy this week. Like, come around Monday morning, I was just like, look, Evelyn, this is what's going on. This is how I'm feeling. This is what's up. Because when I told her I didn't have anything planned this weekend, she was like, oh my God, I don't remember the last time you said that. And I was like, yeah, I know. She's like, did you actually take advantage of it? Did you enjoy it? I said, yeah, partially. I had my moments where I had to, like, bring myself back. But for the most part, I feel like I enjoyed it. I got to hang out, relax. And she was like, that's good. Like, I want you to practice more of that. I want you to be aware of that. I want you to make and carve out time for that, even if it's during the week. She's like, because remember, you can't always just live for the weekend. And that's the truth. I forget that sometimes too, where a lot of the times I will live for the weekend, right? And it's like, nah, I can make dinner plans during the week. I can go get drinks. I can go chill out. I can go here. I can go there. Like, I need to make more time for that. Like, I have certain homies that have been giving me shit about not going to 240 Tuesday the last couple months. And a lot of the time it's because of work. And I don't always need to be putting in that much time, that many hours. Like, I can step away. It's like, okay, dude, you've been working since, 9, 10 this morning. It's 7:30 at night. Like, you don't need to keep grinding out. Like, you can go on to the next day. It's all right. Like, I have certain things, don't get me wrong. If there's a meeting, obviously I can't miss, or if there's like a certain sort of like dinner scheduled, usually if it's professional, it's like, that's it, dude. It is what it is. Like, I won't push anything back. I won't try to move things. But unless the project is dire need, like it has to get addressed and needs to be finished by a certain deadline, other than that, it can wait. And I need to be better about not putting work first. So that's going to be a big part of, I guess, the rest of my 2025 is just to be more aware, to give myself a little more grace, to be kinder to myself, to not be as hard on myself, and to enjoy things. Because then I get moments like Saturday where I feel like just, I don't know, so for some reason it stuck with me. Saturday was such a heavy day and I didn't even do anything. But I was just cleaning. Like, I was in the garage. I was doing my thing, spending time doing what I wanted to do. I had my drink right there, chilling. I had the music going. Like, I was living my life. Then hopped in the shower, took off to get drinks after. And I said, cool, this is what happens when you just kind of go with the flow of things. When you just kind of let life do its thing, right? Like, not everything has to be on the schedule. Not everything has to be in the calendar. And I also got that too, where I never used to use my calendar. And now it's like my lifeline. Anytime somebody tells me something, or they're like, hey, dude, don't forget XYZ, I'm like, oh, right away in the calendar. And it's almost like, if it's not in my fucking calendar, it's not happening. Because it's like, some of that shit is already there. Like, dude, I have stuff that's out in like July, August, September. Today I got hit up about something in October. So it's like, dude, I'm booking months in advance. But for right now, if I have my days where it's like, hey, dude, you don't have anything, it's like, it's cool to chill out. And I know a lot of you watching are kind of in the same boat too. So I have a lot of homies on here that are just, everybody's struggling right now. You're trying to make money, and I get it. I fucking get it. Especially if you're here in California right now. Like, everything is mad rough. Shit is crazy expensive. Houses are fucking beyond me. Everybody's trying to make money. Everybody's trying to work. And it's almost not enough. Like, I had one of my homies reach out to me yesterday, and she was like, hey, dude, I'm trying to pick up another job. And I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? What's going on? She's like, well, dude, we're trying to get a house. And I was like, yeah, I remember you talking to me about that. She's like, but I can't do it. And we can't do it, even on our incomes. Like, I need to figure out more money. And I feel like that's just the constant is here. It's just grind, 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 because you're trying to do something. And it sucks because I feel like it's not like that everywhere. Like, I got a lot of homies that live in the Midwest. And honestly, even still kind of on our side, like in Arizona, and they don't have this kind of struggle. But obviously we choose to live here. So it's a give and take, right? California is a beautiful place, but right now you're sure as fuck paying for it. But it creates also a really ugly, toxic part of life that isn't normal either, where it's grind 24/7. It's going to sleep stress. It's waking up stress. Like, how am I going to make this money? How am I going to get this? How am I going to get that? How am I going to fucking pay for eggs? Like, it's fucked up. But in the moments that we have our downtime, you got to enjoy that. You got to live it. You got to just do what you can with that. Right. And like I said, I'm trying to be better about that. I'm still not the best at it, but I'm working toward it. I'm working towards having a better balance, making time for people that I want to see or things I want to do. And that even it's okay to cancel sometimes too, if there's an event or something comes up and I'm like, hey, you know what? I can't make it, or I can't do this, or I had this planned out or whatever. Like, it's all right. It's okay to say no too. So with all of this kind of being said and us talking about all these things, creativity is the courage to be seen. When I read that, I said, I want that to be my advice for the week. I want this to be the catalyst for what we're jumping into. And I want to talk about this a little bit, so we're not necessarily done yet, but creativity is the courage to be seen. So the reason why I mention this right now is because we're talking about grind culture. We're talking about doing stuff. And because I feel like I work for myself. So I feel like because I'm not on a set schedule, that I always have to be working. I always have to be doing my thing. And like I had mentioned my uncle earlier too, he ran his own businesses and I feel like he was working 24/7, just constantly. But the reason why I bring up this specific thing is because with what I do, I always question myself. Why am I doing this? And even in the latest magazine article that I did, it was like, are you happy being a creative? And it's a tough thing to say because it's like, yes, I am. I'm really happy. I'm really thankful to be doing what I'm doing. But why do I continue doing it if I stress this hard? Because when I mentioned this in the article too, that like when I worked as a tech for low voltage with my uncle, life wasn't honestly stressful at all. And, I even worked with Sebastian. Sebastian and I worked together for years. So, I brought him around. At first, he ended up loving the job, stayed. And then we were coworkers for fucking ever at different places and doing all kinds of shit. And he can even attest to that. Life was very different at that time. Granted, we were younger, but still, like, we had our jobs, we did our thing, and then we went home. And it was the same thing every day. It didn't matter what job we were doing, but we just went, worked, did our thing, went home. It's like we didn't carry shit with us. Life was just easier, right? And I remember the conversation of telling my uncle, hey, dude, like, I'm going to go to art school because I want to do this. Like, I want to pursue this part of my life, of my career. And he was like, all right, fuck it. And I realized you have to have, I guess, a certain amount of courage to be able to do something like that, to walk away, because you're going to put yourself on the line to do what you're going to do, right? And in the art world, depending on what you create, depending on what you work in, a lot of it will take more from you. And I feel like with what I do, it is very personal. Whether it's my photos, whether it's my videos, whether it's my design work, a lot of that is very, very personal. And I put a lot of myself into my work. I would just to say that it's just work is all bullshit. Like, so that's why it's like I can't compare it compared to like when I was being a low voltage tech. That took nothing personal from me. It was clipping wires here, doing this, doing that, programming this, running this, whatever. making sure these speakers worked and so on and so forth. My creative work is not like that. It's the polar opposite. It's every part of me. It's me thinking about what kind of emotion that invokes. It's me thinking about what it makes me feel like. How do I feel when I look at this piece? Do I like the type? Do I like how everything's arranged? How's the composition? How's the color? How's all this? I think about all that shit. So I put a lot of thought into these things. So it's like, okay, it might seem like, let's say this is an Instagram post, but you don't know that it took me a couple days to figure that out, or that it took me hours to get these things mapped out, right? Like the magazine posts, right? Like those covers that I designed. I got to sit there and do research. I got to figure things out. It's not something I just throw together and put it up on there, because it's like, nah, dude, this is a part of my brand. This is my image. This is what I want. This is how I want it to look like. This is how I want it to come off. This is the vibe. This is this. This is this. I want it to connect to the story in this way, and so on and so forth. It's so much a part of me. My work is every part of me. And I think the people who are in my life that know me, who see me, who've watched me work before, they understand. They really understand. They get it. And they're like, nah, dude, that's every bit of him. That is him. That is an extension of who he is. Same way like the way I build my cars. They are all extensions of who I am. That's why I put so much time, so much effort. Because it's worth it. Right? These things are extensions of you. Why not have it be that? Be everything. Be every part of you. So when you are and when you choose to be creative, you have to have a certain amount of courage, because you are going to be seen. You are going to be judged by so many fucking people. But at the end of the day, you have to just prove it to yourself that you're happy and that you love what you do. Like, I'll have friends that hit me up and they're like, hey, dude, I want to get back into creating content, or I want to do this, I want to do that. I said, just fucking do it. They're like, yeah, I do, but then it takes this amount of time. I have to do this. I have to set this up. I said, just fucking do it, man. Don't think about it so much. You're thinking about the process and whatever and editing, and I said, just fucking do it. Do what makes you happy. I said, because I promise you, when you start doing shit for yourself versus being concerned about what other fucking people think of you or what your content looks like or whatever, just make shit. If you want to make shit, make shit. Be creative. You need to have that outlet. And I think when we as people feel the need to be creative in some way, you need to do it. Explore it. Let your mind, let your body, let your soul kind of wander in that space, because we don't always get those opportunities. Not a lot of us are in the place that we can do that all the time. So when you have it, do it. If you're in the kitchen and you want to fuck around, like we've talked about this a long time ago, right? You're in the kitchen, you want to explore, run around, be creative, have a good time. You want to try a new baking recipe, fucking try it. You saw something cool on TikTok and you want to make that. You saw something sick on Instagram. Ooh, I want to try making that. You know, oh, that little table looks dope. Oh, you buy this from IKEA, and then you do this, and you get this from Michael's, and you do this and you do that. Tight. I want to make that. Go make it. No matter if you never made it before in your life. Go do cool shit. You want to pick up a camera? Go pick up a camera and go take pictures. You want to do video? Go fucking start taking video. Use your phone. Use the shit that you have. You'd be surprised. You want to paint? Go paint. Like, just fucking do shit. But have the courage to do it. Don't worry about other people's judgment. Because most people that are going to sit there and judge you, they don't have the courage to do what you're doing. Whether it's to put your work out there, whether it's to even try something new. Most people will sit there and try to kill everybody's vibe because they themselves, they don't have what it takes. They don't have the guts to try it. You're not going to be perfect, whatever it is that you do, if it's your first time. Like, everything takes practice. Everything takes love. Everything takes that thing that you want to put into it. If you want to get something out of it, you got to put in, right? You got to fucking gamble on it. And that's something Danny and I were talking about too, even on Saturday, like very, very briefly. And I was talking about it with my mom yesterday, actually. We're talking about that specifically, like the act of gambling in life with everything. And it's like, you have to know, like, when you find something, I feel like everything is kind of based on luck in life. And you sit there and you got to bet on yourself every time. And you got to just kind of small increments. That's my whole thing, is small increments. Like, Don't go all in. Like, it's very fucking rare. You can invest your time, right? Which is one thing. But there's other ways to invest in things, right? Like I'm saying, like when you go to school, obviously you want to put 110% in. You want to go all in on shit like that. You go, you work, you do certain things. But then there's going to be other situations in life that you have a choice. You're like, oh, I don't know how much to put into this. Let me start small. So like I'm saying, you want to start a new hobby? Start small. Like, cool. Next thing you know, you start to love it. You start to really get to it. And you're like, okay, you know what? I'm going to invest a little bit more. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And you just keep going. And you keep building on that. Same thing with relationships, right? You hear that saying where like you can't put all your eggs in one basket. I feel like a lot of the times that's a really dangerous situation. You find somebody, let's say for people who fall in love quick, that's dangerous as fuck. Because all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, this person's so nice. We went on one date or we talk like this all the time. Boom, full investment. Next thing you know, they dip out, they ghost you, whatever the fuck happens. And you're like, fuck. This was all bad. So it's like, again, small increments. That's where it's at. You sit there and you just keep putting in quarter at a time, dollar at a time, small bets. And you're going to have your moments with anything. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is in your life. It does not matter. You will have these moments where you know you can fucking go all in. But for me, the only way I can get there is if I started with my small bets and I kind of know and I'm playing the game and I'm doing this thing and I say, all right, now's my fucking chance. It's exactly like that. So you got to just take shit for what it is. And at least for me being in this field, I know that like right now I'm in a time that I need to go all in. So I invest a lot of time into everything that I do because I need to. Now is my time. I've been doing small bets for such a long time that it's like, okay, all in is where it's at. And my all ins, they pay out sometimes. And I'm very fortunate to be in this position where I get to experience these types of things. And the people around me, I get to bring them with me and say, hey, dude, look, we did it. We did it. Now we got to keep going. And I always say we because it's all the people around me that help me to do what I do. Like, yes, I sit here on the computer and all that, but then I'm always sending my images out. I'm sending my videos out. I'm sending my work out and saying, hey, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? You know, blah, 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 and XYZ. Like my circle is very much involved in what I do. And I love that. You know, I choose that. I choose to have my people involved in my life like that to that extent. Because that's what I've always wanted. You know, I saw it in movies. I saw it in TV. And it's like, why wouldn't you want your people involved in your life like that? Like, I think that's rad. And we all have this love and respect for each other that we can kind of do that. And then if I choose to not, it's not weird either, but it's like, I have my moments. So I don't know. I'm in this weird place right now, but I also feel very thankful. Very, very thankful. But I also feel that, again, with this advice, creativity is the courage to be seen. I wish more people would take this and run with it because they need it. Be courageous. Do something. Be creative. Put yourself out there. Do shit you're not used to doing. Get out of your comfort zone because to me, that's where the magic is at. The moment you break the comfort zone. And you hear that, it's very common. It's not like I'm fucking spitting some revolutionary shit right now, but it's the fucking truth. Because I've seen it. I've done it. I've been there. I've been in those shoes where I'm like, oof. As soon as you break through that wall, you're like, all right, this is it. I feel a little uncomfortable. It feels a little weird, but this is where I'm supposed to be. So I appreciate you guys for coming as you do every week, for kicking it with me, enjoying the conversation. I hope this gives you something. Hopefully this episode was a little something for y'all. But I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Sending you nothing but good vibes, good things. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week, an incredible weekend, and I will catch you guys on the next one.